Darnell Washington is bigger than most offensive tackles. I realize that. But the Bears have one legitimate edge pass rusher, and his name is Montez Sweat. Like, that's just a tough assignment for Darnell. I don't know how much time he spends with the offensive line blocking, but you watch him right here, and here he is. Like, all right, he's laid off the ball. All right, but he's not used to doing this. He's in a three-point stance. He's got the Bears' best pass rusher coming at him. This is a 24-21 game. The Steelers are at the Bears' 37-yard line. They're in scoring position. And Montez gets the ball out of Rudolph's hands. And the ball's on the ground, and Sweat recovers it. But even after those disasters, even here, they still let Washington block Sweat. Fautano had no problem blocking Montez Sweat all game. No problem. But, all right, I mean, he does hold up here. And Rudolph makes a great throw to Freiermuth to cut it to 31-28. But still, man, that's not a matchup you want, is it?
So, before we get back into the video, this breakdown, it was done by Brian Baldwinger. Baldy NFL is his handle on X. Go ahead and follow him and check him out. He's a former NFL player, now turned analysis, does a great job breaking down NFL games and film on every team. And also, subscribe to this channel with notifications on for more highlights analysis on your Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, let's get back into the film of why the Pittsburgh Steelers offense was absolute trash versus the Bears.
I don't know what the Steelers are doing on this 4th and 1. You've got the bulldozer in Darnell Washington. You got Connor Hayward underneath here. And you get stuffed on this play. You can tell he doesn't get the snap good because Frazier's going backwards right here, and they stuff him. And you get the ball to the Bears. When you're up 14-7, they tie the game up. But if you did that play so that later on you could do this trick play, all right, and you get Gainwell here going 56 yards, all right, down to the 1-yard line. And then you do what you should have done from the very beginning, is just run behind the bulldozer. Just wherever he goes, just run behind him. Like, great block by Schematic, but he's just going to lead you into the promised land like he does here for Warren to go up 21-14. Just leave the tush push to that team on the other side of the state. All right? You know how to gain a yard. You got two great backs and a great tight end to get you a yard. Deshaun Wright against DK Metcalf on the second play of the game. Tips that ball with his left hand, comes down with it, and then the feet, the right foot, the left foot. Unbelievable control. Him and Kevin Byard both leading the league in interceptions right now. Out jumps DK. And look at the control here. The toe tap right here. And the control of the ball, the whole thing. Like, unbelievable play. You can't look at this enough. The play is remarkable. I mean, he has locked down that right corner position all year long. 16th interception, league leading for the Bears. Byard and Deshaun Wright leading the league in interceptions with 5 apiece. That's a great start for the Bears defense. Things that make you go, 11 personnel by the Bears, right? 1 back, 1 tight end. 3 receivers, Odunze, Zacchaeus, and DJ Moore. On 3rd and 2 at the 2, the Steelers counter with a nickel. 2 defensive tackles. What do you think the Bears are going to do here? Like, they're going to attack those 2 defensive tackles. And here it is. Like, just 2 double teams at the point. They cut TJ with Cole Kmet, and it's a walk in the Soldier Field Park right there for the game-clinching touchdown. Is that how you want to defend your goal line in a nickel? I'm just asking. 11 personnel, is that how you're just matching up on the 2-yard line? Things that make you go,
The Pittsburgh Steelers managed to put up 28 points versus the Chicago Bears, but 7 of them were the defense. So obviously that means 21 of them was the offense. And when you look at the late touchdown the Pittsburgh Steelers got, without the Bears playing prevent defense late in the game, their offense wasn't able to do anything before that. Their offense struggled all game long, besides the first drive, and everything that they did was underneath throws and screen passes, jet sweeps, everything like that. The Pittsburgh Steelers threw for 180-something yards, and 120 of them were yards after catch. And that's just not going to be a successful offense when every single target is behind the line of scrimmage you have to just rely on your wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, whatever playmakers are out there to go and run the ball long. Because that means you're not putting no pressure on the back half of the defense. They could just play completely up and then stop the run. So the Pittsburgh Steelers offense was just trash. Their scheme, their players in general weren't able to create space, and their quarterback wasn't able to get the job done. So that's the real reason why. And if we want to get more into depth of it, the Pittsburgh Steelers, it seemed like every single pass was a screen pass, a jet sweep, just underneath throws. And then Mike Tomlin was asked in the press conference, does he think that the Steelers need to utilize the middle of the field more? He was just asked that today. And he said he feels as though the up front, the short passing game, they need to execute better in those areas. So he basically didn't just say, yes, we need to push the ball down the field more. He basically doubled down on just throwing it short and running it long, which is obviously just a terrible way how to run your offense. And the Steelers have been doing that for quite a long time now, week after week, and it has not been successful since the Big Ben era. So when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, and in terms of Mason Rudolph was just throwing deep balls, go balls. That's the only time he threw the ball deep, was when he was throwing it 50 yards down the field and just giving the wide receiver a one-on-one targets and hoping that they could just jump over the guy and catch him. And then you look at the players he's throwing to, he's throwing a deep ball to Calvin Austin, and it's a go ball, which he throws short and makes Calvin Austin have to go try and make a back shoulder. Same with Roman Wilson when he's not as tall as the cornerback and makes him have to kind of jump back into the cornerback. And then you look at DK Metcalf, he's throwing the ball short with him, makes him have to go turn around and run back to the ball. So the quarterback just wasn't good on the day. And then when you look at just the other things that were going on as well, the scheme, they had Darnell Washington against the top pass rusher for the Chicago Bears in Montez Sweat. That just cannot happen. All this talk about Darnell Washington being 311 pounds and being over 300 pounds and moving to offense tackle. He's not an offense tackle yet. You don't have to switch him and make him play one-on-one against the best pass rusher. That just doesn't make sense. You could scheme it up to where he could chip. He could help the offense line, but you want the guy who's been getting reps at offensive line to actually take on the best pass rusher. It just doesn't make sense of how the Pittsburgh Steelers are running their offense. There's no way a tight end should be blocking Montez Sweat for more than maybe one play. Yes, sometimes things might happen where a scheme might happen, where the defense schemes something up to have a one-on-one situation. But for 3 straight plays or for 5 plays, there's no reason why that should happen for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So their scheme is just terrible. And then the way that they execute the quarterback sneak or tush push with Connor Hayward is awful. First of all, why is Connor Hayward the one taking the tush push? You have so much better, more fearful, forceful players who could take that snap, who could push along, like Darnell Washington. If Darnell Washington, you throw it short to him and he breaks every single tackle, why can't he get a snap and push forward for a yard? Why are you giving it to Connor Hayward? You have other guys who could push in the back. Yes, that helps, that little extra push in the back, but I'd rather have that actual guy taking the snap be the one to push forward. So give it to Darnell Washington. Give it to Pat Freiermuth. Someone that is better than Connor Hayward. So the way the Pittsburgh Steelers execute that just doesn't make sense. And then they need more practice along the offense line to actually get it down. Because the snap is terrible, and just in general, the Pittsburgh Steelers looked awful. So it's more so just the players not executing, whether that's the offense, the receivers, or even the coaches. The Steelers' offense just did not execute. And you look at the score and say, hey, they lost by 3. The Steelers' offense put up 28 points, but in reality, they put up 21. And if you take away 7 when they're playing prevent defense, they score around 14 points. So the Steelers' offense did not execute, and the score makes it look closer than it really was. And to be honest with you, other than the run game, which created holes, and Jalen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell, they were good. Outside of that, the Steelers' offense was not good. And these were the real reasons why. Anyway, this is the end of this video. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about this game and why you believe the offense just couldn't get going and just hasn't been getting going all season long. Is it a specific thing with the players, or is it the scheme, or is it a mix of both? And how did they fix it? Leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. And also, once again, this video breakdown was done by Brian Baldwinger. Baldy NFL is his handle on X. Go ahead and follow him. And also, make sure you subscribe to this channel with notifications on for all Pittsburgh Steelers updates, news, highlights, analysis reports, everything surrounding this team I've covered all season long after every single game. So stay tuned. But that's it for me for now. Until the next video tomorrow, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.